Good morning, my millionaire growth partners. My name is Otis Tucker, the world's first trillionaire. I am God, and I manifest the words I speak. Today, people, my message is for you to know thyself. You know, it's like when you focus on creating your amazing life and you actually choose who you want to be, it's like obviously it's going to be drastically different than who you are right now. That's what makes it a goal or something that you're working towards, because you're not those things right now physically manifested. You might be it in the spirit, but physically manifested it not happened yet. Now, what I'm suggesting for you to do, people, is this. I understand that when you are striving, like I remember my personal journey, people, of just really aiming for really big goals and things that I want to accomplish. I remember being in a phase where it's like you have to protect your mentality. It's like you protect your mentality. Like, I know there was a period of maybe 6 months where I really wouldn't even talk to family members and friends, because it's like they're so used to the old way of the way I used to be, and the way I was working on creating was drastically different. So it's like I felt like I was protecting myself from the negativity, in a sense, like people trying to tell me that's not who I am, versus me knowing that that's what I'm creating for myself. And I think sometimes that is necessary, of course, but it's like, it could lead to temporarily, like while you're protecting yourself, it's like, man, it's like anything that was contrary to what I believe, I didn't want to hear it. And I avoided situations where where I could be around people that would basically bring me back to the old way of me being. And it's like, as you're on that journey, people, if you feel the need to do that, I want to share with you that you need to do that. It's like, for me, when part of me knowing myself is that I was creating who I want to be. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, in order to create the version of me that I want to be, it's like I really had to protect myself from going back or falling back into old ways. You know what I'm saying? So if you find a need that you need to pull away from people temporarily to change your surrounding or your environment, then people, do what you have to do, man. Because the beautiful thing, though, is that after you do what you're doing as far as working on yourself, it becomes a point, though, where you know who you are. You know what I'm saying? The new you that you're creating, why you created it. So you know, of course, who you are, because you've created this awesome person, right? And it gets to a point where after you really know and accept and embrace the new you that you've been creating to be, is that you no longer have to shield yourself or protect yourself anymore, because you've built up enough confidence in the new version of yourself that it doesn't matter who you talk to or whatever the case is, you're not going to fall back into your old trap. And that's the point that I want everybody to get to, is I want you to really protect your mentality in the beginning phase. Like when you make these declarations, like, hey, you're a millionaire, or hey, you're ABC. For people that's around you, that old way of knowing who you were, of course they're gonna be like, now you're not. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever the case is. So it's like, to really protect yourself from that in the beginning is necessary sometimes. And if you need that, people, do that for yourself. But the ultimate goal is to get to the point where you don't need nobody's validation, man. And not only do you not need their validation, you don't really care what anybody got to think about you or say about you, because you understand that you are in control of your life. And the only opinion that really matters at the end of the day is yours, people. And that's the goal that I want everybody to get to. But I want you to know that for those of you that's on the beginning part of your journey, I want you, if you need to take time to do that for yourself, man, to isolate yourself, to get away from people, to really allow yourself the time and space to create the new amazing you that you're creating, then I want you to feel comfortable doing that, because sometimes that is necessary. And even if it take you longer, a year even, I mean, however long it takes you, man, at the end of the day, you got to look at it like this. This is your amazing life that you're creating. And, you have to be willing to make the sacrifice, man, to really, it's like I used to want when I used to hear a lot of people talk about how they go to the Buddhist temple and spend a year, or, like a lot of these gurus or whatever the case is back in the day. I could see why, man, because it's like you need to develop a ritual or a routine that allow you to really be centered, and really get to know confidently who and what you are, and it's like when you get to that point, then yes, by all means, open up the floodgates to people that you've cut off for a while, and they'll see, and they have no choice but to not only embrace who you are, but even if they don't accept or embrace who you are, it really doesn't matter at that point, because you have fully embraced yourself. So it's kind of a different meeting today, but I think it's necessary to put that out there. I want you to allow yourself the space to make these kind of decisions for yourself, because sometimes they're critically necessary, man, in order for you to evolve and grow to the next level, With that being said, people, that is indeed the message today. My declaration over your life is, number one, is that you are a millionaire. Number two is that you're married to the person of your dreams. And number three is that you have amazing health and you're in the best shape of your life, people. My prayer for you today is that the Spirit of God will continue to lead you, man, and guide you to find and create the amazing you that you want to be, I pray that the Spirit will give you the courage to not care what other people think about you, and for you to really take control by understanding that the opinion that matters the most is yours, people. With that being said, people, listen, y'all have a blessed day, and we'll talk tomorrow.